Good morning. I was asked if I would like to say anything, and everyone who knows me knew that that answer would be a boisterous yes. I came to GW from Mobile, Alabama, as a very angry young black woman. I left Mobile as segregation at its peak was being forced to wane, to a George Washington University that I quickly discovered was also in many ways segregated. And there were very few of us, and it could be a lonely existence. The second day that I was here, a friend and I organized a picket line in front of the sororities and fraternities here, because except for the one that Mayor Vincent Gray joined, they were all segregated. It got lots of news coverage. Eventually, they were all kicked off campus until they changed their charters. And as an outgrowth of that, we were able to write a student bill of rights, which the president of the university, who was then Lloyd Elliott, accepted. A few African American males who were students here then were exempt from taking required swimming course because the facility that was used, the G Street YMCA, was segregated. And so we saw tremendous change. It was during that period that we organized the Black Student Union, now the Black People Union. And at that time, a lot of things, of course, were going on other campuses. President Elliott asked us, actually, if we wanted a Black Studies department. And at that time, we said no, because we wanted every department to have Black Studies. And we wanted every department to have representatives of scholars of color so that the graduates of GW could be broadly educated in all the cultures of the world as it affected science or the arts. The second important thing that happened to me while I was here, I chaired a cultural arts weekend, and we brought some kids on the campus from the city, and some of them performed. They were talented but very raw. I said to a friend of mine, and who helped me organize the weekend, it's terrible that there's no place for these kids to go to get training. And he said, why don't you start a school? And that was Mike Malone, who co-founded the Duke Ellington School of the Arts with me. That Monday, I went to the president with a 3-page proposal. And Mike and I had decided to start the program incrementally, because if we told anyone that we wanted a high school at that point, they would think that we were nuts. But by the time I graduated from law school, we had, with much assistance from George Washington, the Duke Ellington School of the Arts. I left George Washington as a woman who had transformed from black to African American, I'm sure. And I was not so angry anymore, because I saw how my energies could be directed through institutional help to create and change and give opportunities to others. So I am really, and GW remains a partner in the governance of the Duke Ellington School of the Arts, which, because of that, is allowed to operate independently of the DC public school system. And we were really the precursor to charters. And I deeply thank George Washington University, because Duke Ellington School of the Arts would not be there, absolutely would not be there without you. And I know that our relationship will deepen. So the last thing I want to say is that each of you can create. If your guiding notion is to give all you have to somebody who has less. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say to President Knapp and Charles Barber, who's been guiding me all weekend, and to everyone here who had a role to play in my being given this award. I truly appreciate it, and I hope I use it well. Thank you.